We are halfway through the month of February. Today we'll be discussing sneakers to resell in the remainder of the month. If you're not into reselling, that is okay as well. You could use this guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may potentially go on sale because hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we'll be discussing the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether the sneaker will be profitable or not, or if they may even sit on shelves, resulting in a sale price. Feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you stay 100% updated on all these profitable releases. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info, KeithAdam10, and personals for you, such as the Union Drop link that I did send out when the Union Dunks dropped. Kicking off the second half of February, which just so happens to be the best half, the New Balance 550 all white, red and white, and also royal blue and white will be dropping. Keep in mind that retail on all of these are only $110, which leaves plenty of room for easy lunch money with a decent margin in the small sizes under 7 specifically. As for the larger sizes, however, only the royal blue and red pair seem to have some profit in large sizes too, and that's if you have no tax in your state, and you still would only be able to make a little bit of lunch money on those sizes with a poor margin. Now, there's also a shadow pair that's going to be dropping as well, even though some retailers already dropped these, although when it comes to these, only sizes under 7 are still only lunch money with a subpar margin, nothing too great. Moving on to February 16th though, for $170 in men and $130 in grade school, the Jordan 1 Dark Marina Blue will be releasing in the US after they were delayed multiple times, although Europe already did drop these. Anyway, when they do end up dropping, I'd expect price to stay around where they're at right now post Europe drop, so essentially it's easy profit with a subpar margin but nothing too crazy. Then on February 17th for $220, the Yeezy 350 Compact will finally be releasing in the Slate Red colorway. Although the prior Compact did not do too well, I do think that these do have very good potential, in particular just because they are in that Slate Red colorway, and all red Yeezys tend to do very well because of that hype that derives from the original Red October Yeezy. So as of now, I'm pretty optimistic about these. However, I definitely do not expect prices to remain anywhere close to what pre-sale is at right now. Keep in mind, there are currently hardly any in circulation, unlike a normal general release. Prior to moving on though, I know that many of you guys have been asking, so I do have some great news for you. Gargantua AIO is finally going to be restocking publicly tomorrow, February 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time via the Gargantua_AIO Twitter. Not just any restock though, for the very first time, we will be dropping renewal keys publicly. The initial price is only $49.99 with a renewal fee every month of only $33.99, making this the most affordable AIO bot. When I say AIO bot, I really mean all in one. You guys should already know by now that we cover a wide variety of sneaker and retail first come first serve modules, but in just this month alone, we've also now added 15 new raffle modules as well, and this includes the launches platform, which the vast majority of your favorite Shopify retailers use. That's not the end of it. Just as a little bonus feature to ensure users can easily pay off the renewal fees, we also added a freebie generator, which essentially allows you to get free food for yourself and your friends, automating the freebie sign up that many stores offer. Not only that, but we also added a universal QIT bypass module, which you could use on any single site that uses QIT. There's thousands of sites that use it, and essentially it'll send you bypass links for manual checkouts, even if it's a site that we don't even support. Many more unique features and modules like this are coming, so if you want to stay updated, follow the Gargantua_AIO Twitter, and of course for the restock that's taking place tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But anyway, moving on, also on February 17th for $110, we will be seeing some more retailers, including sneakers, drop the Dunk Low Siempre Familia, even though some have already dropped these. Expect all sizes to still remain profitable with a subpar to decent margin, while large sizes 10 and up should maintain a very good margin. Then on the 18th for $100, some delayed US retailers will be dropping the Dunk Low Midas Gold. These should remain profitable still with a very good margin. Also on the 18th, we may potentially see the Dunk Low Paisley Pack Worn Blue drop for $120. Now I say potentially because they're currently only loaded on the Finish Line and JD Sports calendars, which are notoriously unreliable. Regardless, whenever these do end up dropping, you can expect them to certainly be very profitable with a great margin. Also on the 18th for Europe only and US being on a later date as of now, for $140, the Jordan 1 Low Elevate Bread will be dropping. I know a lot of you guys might think these are silly, but there definitely seems to be a notable amount of demand for these. these. I suppose that's mainly because these are in the classic bread colorway, and I do suppose some people do like that it does give them an extra boost of an inch compared to some other sneakers. So with that said, at the moment, it looks like there is at least some lunch money with a decent margin to be made on these. Nothing too crazy, but looks like a good opportunity nonetheless. Also on the 18th, one of my personal favorite drops this month, we have the Lebron 9 Big Bang finally making its return after many years. For anyone who's new to the sneaker game, you may not appreciate these, but during the Nike basketball hype days, these were many people's grails, just like the South Beach 9, so it's absolutely fantastic to have them back. But unfortunately, Nike has decided, for whatever reason, to make the retail not $190, not $200, and not $210 either, but instead $240. Are you fucking kidding me? What a fucking disgrace. So not only does this mean we'll basically have to pay close to resale just for personal pairs, but then that also means I'm not expecting these to be profitable because of that retail. At best, maybe a little bit of lunch money with a very poor margin in the very large sizes, but that's about it, unfortunately. Regardless, I must admit I'll probably still be copying a personal pair just because of the nostalgia behind these, but I hope I've articulated how much this really does grind my gears. Lastly, for the 18th, the Puma LaMelo Ball Rick and Morty will be dropping for only $135. We've already discussed how this Puma model in itself has had some decent demand in the past, but this colorway in particular seems to be garnering a lot of demand. Some of the best we've seen since those J. Cole Pumas before they tanked. At this retail, there is plenty of room for these to be very profitable with a very good margin. Looks like a really solid sleeper cook, so don't forget about these on the 18th. Then on the 19th for $200, the Jordan 3 Cardinal will be dropping. These were moved up to the 19th after originally being set for the 22nd and then the 24th, while the playoff 12s that were set to be dropping on this same date have now been pushed to March now. Anyway, demand is actually holding up pretty well for these, hence I'd expect these to be profitable, but only with about a subpar to decent margin, bigger sizes being the best of course, so it's nothing too crazy, but easy money to be made nonetheless, and might need a personal pair too. Also on the 19th, the Yeezy 500 Blush will finally be releasing after multiple delays, but it appears the retail may be increased to $210. Not 100% on that, but either way, I'm still expecting these to remain profitable with a very good margin. However, what's most interesting is that we actually won't know for sure which sizes are going to do best, and let me explain why that is. The old production stock that remains was low in the small sizes and high in the large sizes, but the new production for Yeezys has been vice versa, so we may actually see them kind of even out to some degree, or maybe larger sizes will soon take over the small sizes, so it'll be interesting to see, but either way, I'd suggest going for all sizes for these. Then on the 21st, for $200, the Yeezy Desert Boot Rock will be re-releasing again. These should remain profitable with a very good margin in large sizes 10 and up, and potentially lunch money in the smaller sizes too, just not the very small sizes. Don't sleep on this drop, a lot of good money to be made on the larger sizes. Then on the 22nd, the Dunk High Yellow and also Orange Acid Wash should be releasing for $130. Like the prior Acid Wash Dunks, however, I'd expect these to mainly just be a personal pair. At best, you might be able to make a little bit of lunch money with a poor margin if you don't have tax in your state. Then on the 23rd, the delayed retailers, including sneakers, will be dropping the Dunk High Light Chocolate. Although these initially didn't look too great when they were first dropping at some retailers, the demand has certainly gone up a bit, and thus they should remain profitable with a good margin. Then potentially on the 24th for $200, the Jordan 4 Blank Canvas may be dropping. I say potentially because it seems like these are actually going to be delayed to March as of right now, but regardless, whenever they do end up dropping, I'd still expect some small profit with a subpar to decent margin on these, mostly in the larger sizes. Nothing too crazy, but a good opportunity regardless. On the other hand, what actually is going to be dropping on the 24th for sure is the Jordan 1 Brotherhood for $170 in men and $130 in grade school. Now, although this colorway derives from Michael Jordan's college fraternity, the main reason demand is so high on these is of course because they resemble Laker colorways. Hence, you could certainly expect these to be very profitable with a very good margin when they do end up dropping. Definitely need that personal as well for these. Moving on to the 25th for $125, the Jordan 6 Low Atmosphere grade school will be dropping. Like all 6 lows though, I'd have to say personal only for these, and you might even be able to get these for under retail. In more exciting news though, on the 26th for $230, the Yeezy 350 Dazzling Blue will be releasing. Despite a slightly increased retail, which I'm still not 100% on as of now, with the immense demand these have, they should definitely remain profitable with a good margin, especially in large sizes 10 and up. Certainly a great drop to look forward to. Then on the 27th for $200, the Yeezy 700 MNVN Bone will be re-releasing. Considering this was one of the early MNVN colorways, it actually sold quite well, so I'm expecting demand to hold up for at least lunch money on the big sizes, unlike the complete bricks some prior recent MNVNs have been. Anyway, that will conclude it for today. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or perhaps if you learned a thing or two. Remember that the limited Gargantua restock will take place at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow via the Gargantua _AIO Twitter. Subscribe and enable post notifications. This way you stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast, residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts. Also, follow Endurance's Twitter for updates on restocks and key giveaways. And last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for You. This way you guys stay updated on all urgent info like I was discussing today. With that though, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these releases.